The Peter Pan effect, AKA not being able to grow up. I was with a client this last week and they mentioned the Peter Pan effect, and it really made me think and got me inspired to make this video talking about this. And they had said that this is what they were kind of going through. They were realizing like, wow, part of me doesn't want to grow up. And I can relate a lot to what they were saying because I was like that as well. Yeah, I didn't want to grow up. I didn't want to face responsibilities. I wanted to keep relaxing, hanging out, smoking weed, essentially waiting for life to come to me. And this is what Peter Pan was all about. It was about a boy that could not grow up. Classic Disney movie, obviously. And we look at like Tinkerbell, right? So she was in love with Peter Pan, but he couldn't grow up. I look at Tinkerbell as the universe, life, maybe relationships. They all want me to grow up and to take them seriously, but I just couldn't. I just wanted to hang out with the Lost Boys. And this is a good video for anyone that might be going through this. And it's really important to be honest with yourself and to ask yourself, hey, am I experiencing the Peter Pan effect? Do I really just not want to grow up and kind of face life head on, face the responsibilities of growing into adulthood, etc. Especially nowadays too, right? There's social media, there's all of these influencers that are making millions of dollars just partying and having fun. I watched these people for a long time and it never made me motivated to go work and do better. First, maybe it gave me a little motivation, but then I would just start feeling sad that I wasn't at that level. And most people are not gonna get to that level. I probably won't get to that level. Well, especially because I'm not drinking and partying anymore, so I can't fit that niche. Two, I enjoy working. I enjoy having responsibilities and things I can do to better my life and to better the lives of other people. So what I love about this analogy too is when we think of the villain and the protagonist in that, or excuse me, the antagonist of that film. Who is he? Captain Hook. He's a hook, right? I invite you to ask yourself, what could Captain Hook represent in marijuana recovery? Lo and behold, it's probably, yes, marijuana. Right? Marijuana, it's got its hooks in you, right? It's keeping you locked down. It's keeping you stuck to where you are. Now, that's not saying it's the weed's fault because weed helps a lot of people. What I'm saying though is for some people, I love it. It's funny when people make that argument that like, you're blaming the weed. It's like, okay, if someone was doing heroin, you'd say, yeah, it's probably the heroin that's messing them up, right? Obviously they need to take responsibility and get the help, but you don't really kind of demonize them for saying, yeah, I'm hooked on heroin and I can't, like, heroin's really messing up my life, right? Similar to weed, it's got its hooks in you. It does not want you to level up. It does not want you to advance your consciousness. It wants you to stay where you are, on your couch, in your bed, just watching your dreams and visions and life purpose flow by. This is, when I'm coaching folks, this is really something we dive into and talk about, is how they want to be doing other things, how they see there's potential for their lives to be better, and yet because of the weed and because of their use of the weed, they are not progressing in that area, and it becomes a vicious cycle. And I can tell there's a lot of disappointment, a lot of depression. I mean, I'd say for myself as well, that was kind of my state. I knew I had all this opportunity to be a great human being and to reach my potential and to have a life I've always dreamed of. And I was just, rolling up a J and grinding up a bowl just over and over and over again. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. So again, that was my Captain Hook. And I had to push him off into the lagoon so he could get eaten by the alligator. And then I was able to move on. Now, back to the Peter Pan effect, that might last inside you for a while. So I'm not saying like quit weed and all of a sudden you're just like a stoic adult. There's gonna be a period of integration and becoming that version of yourself that is a responsible person that takes ownership for their life, etc. What Peter Pan didn't do. Learning how to have fun when appropriate and not all the time, like Peter Pan. And one important caveat, and the last thing I want to mention, is that I'm not saying to kill your Peter Pan, your inner child, the part of you that enjoys life and has fun, because although Peter Pan was kind of irresponsible, he was, in essence, he did have good energy to him, and he was a likable person, right? He was a likable character, and people liked him, people enjoyed following him and being around him, and he had a lot of fun, as you can see from the movie. It's just learning how to hone him a little bit, hone your inner Peter Pan, or Patricia Pan, or I don't know, whoever you want to call it. Learning how to allow that part of you to flourish and thrive in a responsible way. After chores have gotten done, after you've gotten your work done, after you've done your responsibilities, right? Go hang out with your friends and the Lost Boys, right? On occasion. And hopefully the Lost Boys become maybe lost adults that aren't lost. This is a terrible analogy, but hopefully the people you go hang out with are similar to you on your path, and you can grow and learn together. So even when you're in your off times, you're still growing. Whenever I have conversations with friends, it's usually, we go pretty deep, and we always are growing from the conversation, right? It's not just like stupid, like nonsense, wasting time, yada, yada. We actually have deep, meaningful conversation. And so that's something that's really important for me. And it's helped me hone and embrace my inner Peter Pan, not try to kill him or, disown him or whatever. Just help him grow up a little bit. And in turn, all the parts of myself are happier. My friends that I have are happier, and we're all just happier. So I appreciate the person, you know who you are, who brought this topic up. It was really cool to talk about in a different kind of style video. It made me think a little bit deeper into my creative thoughts about how to express this idea. And comment down below if you can relate to the Peter Pan syndrome and what that means to you. If you are ready to overcome your Peter Pan and learn to incorporate it and hone it into its full maximum potential, I coach people how to quit marijuana fast and efficiently, and so they can start living their best life. What I'm here for is to hold you accountable, to be that person you can reach out to anytime you need, anytime you're having a tough time, and say, hey man, this is really tough. Any suggestions? And or sharing wins. Hey, this awesome thing happened. I'm so glad I quit marijuana. That's what I get a lot of the text of is, hey dude, like I had this amazing day. I'm on day 3. I can't believe it. So really what a lot of people have struggled with is that accountability. So that's what I'm here for, to help hold you accountable and teach you how to hold yourself accountable so you can be the one to guide your life and lead it in the direction that you ultimately want, right? You will be doing all the work. I'm just here to help nudge you in certain directions that maybe you are not able to see at the moment because of the withdrawal effects or the emotions, whatever it could be. I'm that outside perspective that can help you get to where you want to go. So for $20, you can book a 40-minute call with me down below, and we'll dive into your whole history, where you are, what you're looking from coaching, and how you can get there fast and efficiently so you can begin living your best life. So with that, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Have a great one, and talk to you soon. Peace.